let's start off in child's pose. So forehead on the ground, knees wide apart. Have your hands in front of you or down by your side, whatever feels the best for you today. And it's really important during these practices that you start focusing on that breath that's going in and out of your nose. Such a short practice, but this way you can really practice trying to be as present as possible, because it's really hard for you to think about anything else when your focus is just completely enamored on that breath. A few more breaths. Just reach your hands out in front of you whenever you're ready, and push your hips all the way to your very first downward facing dog. So walk out your dog a little bit if you're feeling kind of tight here. Make sure your head and neck are dangling free. Spread your fingers wide and press your palms flat onto the floor. One deep inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees to the floor. And when you get to the floor, sort of like in this neutral tabletop pose, you're gonna lift your left leg straight out behind you and then reach your right arm forward. And flex your toes if you want. Take a deep inhale as you lengthen out your limbs away from each other. Exhale, put everything down and just switch. So right leg out behind you, left arm forward. Inhale as you lift the limbs. Exhale, put everything down. And just step your feet to plank pose. Take a deep inhale in plank. Exhale, you're gonna lower slow to the floor. Inhale, you're gonna come up into a cobra. And then exhale, chin taps the floor. Push the plank and push your hips all the way up to downward facing dog. From down dog, you're gonna lift your right leg up to the sky. On an inhale, exhale, you're gonna bring your right knee to your left tricep. Exhale, lift that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, you're gonna crunch and bring your right knee to your forehead. Inhale, right leg straight up. And then exhale, right leg to right tricep. We're gonna hold it there for 5 breaths. One more breath. And then on an inhale, take your right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, step it in between your hands. So we're in runner's lunging pose. From runner's lunge, whenever you're ready, open your arms out. So we're in like a balancing lunge. Take a couple of breaths as you find your pose. And then whenever you're ready, push all the way up to crescent lunge. Bend back if that feels good for you. One more breath in crescent, and then exhale, hands back to the floor, back to runner's lunging pose. When you get there, step your right leg behind, back to plank pose. Take a deep inhale in plank. Exhale, lower slow to the floor. Untuck your toes and come up into a cobra. Exhale, chin taps the floor, push the plank, and go all the way to downward facing dog. Get to down dog. Catch your breath a little bit, and then whenever you're ready, on an inhale, you're gonna lift that left leg straight up to the sky. And exhale, left knee to right tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to forehead. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. We're gonna hold it for 5 breaths. Three more breaths. You guys can do this. One more breath. And then on inhale, lift that left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, step it in between your hands. In runner's lunging pose on the left side. And when you're ready, come up with your hands and into balancing lunge. Find your pose or skip. You decide, it's your body. Everything I say is just a suggestion. And then whenever you're ready, come up into crescent pose. Stretch back, glance up. Deep inhale here. Exhale, hands back on the floor, back to runner's lunging pose. And then you're gonna step your left leg back to plank. Take a deep inhale and plank. Exhale, lower slow to the floor. Inhale, come up into your cobra. Exhale, chin taps the floor. Push the plank and all the way back to downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is kind of like a semi-resting pose. In down dog, you can walk your dog a little bit more. Loosen up those leg muscles. And then drop your right knee to the floor as you pivot your left foot flat. Now have your right arm strong, and then whenever you're ready, just lift your left leg straight up. So we're kind of like in a sideways plank with the knee on the floor. Opening up that chest. Don't forget to breathe, guys. And then without moving anything except your left arm, just bring your left arm over your left ear and pull. So it's like you're trying to lengthen out that entire left side of your body. And don't forget to breathe. One more breath here, and then lift your left arm straight up to the sky. Opening up that chest on inhale, and then exhale, you're gonna bring your left hand on the floor and lift your left leg straight out. Behind you, right arm forward. Take a deep breath here, giving that right arm a little bit of a break. And then exhale, you're gonna bend your left knee, and whenever you're ready, grab your left ankle with your right hand, and with the strength, try to get a good grip, and then start straightening out your left leg. So it's kind of like you're trying to open up that right shoulder. One more inhale here, and then exhale, lengthen out everything again. Take one more inhale as you extend your limbs as far away from each other as possible, and then exhale, just put everything down. Whew. All right, so from here, bring your legs back to plank pose. Take a deep inhale in plank. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, come up into your cobra. Exhale, chin taps the floor, push to plank, and then go all the way to downward facing dog. Catch your breath in down dog, and whenever you're ready, left knee on the floor, pivot your right foot out, and have your left arm strong on the floor, and whenever you're ready, lift the right arm up to the sky, opening up your right chest, and breathe. One more breath here. And then without moving anything, just right arm over the right ear and pull. Pull as much as you can. So it's like you're using your strength to kind of lengthen out your body, right? And breathe. One more breath. And then inhale, lift that right arm, opening up that chest. Exhale, right hand on the floor, lift your right leg up, and then left arm gonna go forward, giving that left arm a little bit of a break here. Take an inhale, And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna bend the right knee and grab the right ankle with the left hand. Once you get a good grip, start like kind of straining out the right leg. Like you're not gonna make it all the way straight, but that motion is gonna pull the left shoulder open, and you're gonna breathe for just a couple breaths. One last breath, release everything and lengthen out. Take a deep inhale as you lengthen out those limbs away from each other. Exhale, put everything down. And step your feet back to plank pose. Deep inhale and plank. Exhale, lower slow to the floor. Inhale, come up into your cobra. And then exhale, just push your hips back to child's pose. Gonna rest in child's pose for just a few breaths before we move on to something else. Alright, reach your hands out forward, tuck your toes, go all the way to downward facing dog. From down dog, you're going to walk your feet to your hands or jump, whatever you want. And when your feet get to your hands, gonna drop your head and neck heavily. And then on the inhale, you're gonna lengthen out your spine. So you go halfway forward, exhale, fold. Then you're gonna just lift your left leg straight up to the sky into standing splits, just for a couple breaths. One more inhale as you lift that left leg as high as you can. Exhale, put it down and just switch. So right leg is gonna go up on the inhale. Couple more breaths here. And then exhale, right leg back on the floor. And then if you can, just lift your toes and bring your hands underneath your feet. So you're gonna witness your toes kind of touching your wrist as you let your head and neck dangle free here. And then just stay here for a couple breaths. So have your knees bent or straight, whatever feels best for you today. But most importantly, just make sure that your head and your neck are completely relaxed. Few more breaths, and then release your hands back out, and then just step your feet back to plank pose. Take a deep inhale, plank. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale, come into your last cobra, and then exhale, chin taps the floor. Go to downward facing dog, your very last downward facing dog. And then just release to child's pose. Great job, you guys. So you can have your hands by your side. Just let gravity gently pull your shoulders down and open. And just breathe.